Okay, welcome everyone to the Chiquiros Norway podcast. Today we have a special guest, especially for Norway. I mean, he wouldn't come anywhere out of Norway, so we have to come to Norway to visit him. But he's still late, even in his fucking country. Hopefully he's gonna come. We don't know which way of transportation will he choose this one, but you can vote for it. Is it the boat, is it the car, is it the helicopter, or is it a canoe? So let's wait for Owane, and while we're waiting, let's enjoy the beautiful nature. Maybe you're gonna think I see something there.
Why am I here?
Dude, you came on your own.
Yeah,
Everyone's
true.
surprised, but you're actually being a guest on the podcast right now.
Yeah,
You comfortable with that?
it's an honor to have me here.
Yeah. Can we roll?
Yeah,
Let's fucking roll.
I'm good. Let's go.
Okay. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the one and only exclusive podcast and interview with the Owane. The podcast is called Dzikie Rozmowy. It's in Polish, so it's gonna be weird. But welcome, Owane.
Are we going to speak Polish?
No,
Okay.
we don't have to,
Yeah, thanks for having me. I've been looking forward to this.
dude. So you're here. You're free to go anytime you want. If you do wilderness or whatever, it's
Yeah.
cool to go.
Okay.
I hope I won't shoot you in the feet with any questions. But how was you riding the helicopter in the first place?
That was pretty crazy because usually I'm not in the helicopter. So this was kind of my first time being in a helicopter, which was pretty sick.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what time the helicopter comes back?
I haven't booked a return ticket, so I'll just walk home.
So we
I
have
think.
some free time.
Yeah.
Okay, dude. So let's start. I don't know where to start. Not to scare you off, but like, why is rock so heavy?
Well, do you want the real backstory of that song title?
Let's do that because I haven't known that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a internal joke, like with my old friends, because they kind of made fun of like rock is so cool, you know.
Yeah.
So it's always like we play rock music and shit, like it's kind of a meme. And it's just like at some party, one guy said, "Dude, rock is too heavy," and it was
Okay.
just like very funny, and it ended up being the
Yeah.
name. That was actually Faster, the guy I have the side project with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we know. I haven't known that actually,
Mm.
dude. Then but are you still playing rock? Really? Would you say you're still a rock guy?
I think the most rock shit we made was probably that song.
Yeah.
It's it starts with a like classic rock riff, and besides of that, I don't think there's too much rock, but definitely that track is a rock classic. Yeah.
And how would you feel how it evolved now? Like, what music would we say like, okay, I'll play this music. What music do you play now? What's in your heart right now?
Yeah, this is always the hard thing. Like I never know like exactly what genre I play or we play. But I guess it's always been like a mix of some like wannabe jazz fusion and rock and
New music.
yeah, it doesn't have any boundaries. We like do whatever we want, which is good in this like type of music, but yeah, I'm always thrown off when people ask me what genre I play. It's a hard one to answer. I can always say like bedroom guitarist music and stuff, but
Yeah.
doesn't sound very cool. So it depends who asks me. If it's someone that I know doesn't know a lot of music, I just say jazz, and if it's someone that knows a lot, I say instrumental rock, jazz, fusion.
Depending how serious you want to really be. I guess.
Yeah, and how long I want the conversation to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would have asked about your inspiration, but from what we spoke throughout the years, I even know you. When you write music, you don't even really listen to much music, right? Not to be inspired or thrown off. Is it still the case?
That's not the case anymore. It used to be, because I had this belief that the less influences I get, the more of my own shit I will write, kind of. Which it worked out in my early 20s, but now I'm kind of drained. My
Out of your own
sources of
shit,
so I need others' music for inspiration very much now. But yeah, it's tricky.
Yeah, but who has been it lately then? If you're allowing yourself to be inspired, who would have inspired you these days? So we can
These
put some
days,
names. Yeah.
oh, that's a good question. But these days I listen a lot to metal these days.
Okay.
Um,
So you're back in to the roots.
Yeah, it's I came from a very like heavy metal background. Played in some like death metal bands when I was 16, and it wasn't until I was 22 that I started to put more than 3 notes in every chord and like discovered this whole world of new sounds, which was crazy.
So not only fifths
Yeah,
on the
not
the
only
guitar.
the rock chord, but it turned out you could have more notes in there, and that just opened a whole new world that I discovered without knowing too much about that kind of music. So, yeah,
So now you say back to like the roots of death metal or whatever.
yeah,
But this inspires you to write such non-metal music, or it just inspires you as like, this is pretty crazy shit.
yeah. Like the shit that inspired me to make this kind of music was that my friend showed me Snarky Puppy once,
Okay.
and that was like, oh, I never heard something like this. I need to like try recreate it, and then it just went from there, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's weird because I will just throw Jacob's name here because with Jacob and with you, like you always know after a few notes you guys play, this is Jacob, this is Owane, this is whatever,
Oh.
and like so it's like yeah, it's difficult to find inspirations here there because it's something pretty new and pretty unique, and I can hear sometimes when people want a resemblance you or Jacob, but it's difficult to see what was prior before of you because you kind of made up your own shit.
Yeah.
Which is all the bombastic drums and all the weird stuff. Was it supposed to be just funny music, or this is what really you think it's like the shit?
No, it was supposed to be like a more relaxed approach to music, because in the metal shit, there's some like, not always, but there are some rules to follow, you know? So it was just a way to feel more free about music and don't like label whatever you do. Yeah, but I have to give a big shout out to Jacob, because he was like, I think he was one of the guys that made me realize, oh, it's actually possible to record music at home.
Okay.
And do all the stuff independently, and yeah, that made me very inspired. So he has been a huge inspiration for me.
Okay, who else if we are in those guys?
Yeah, so I think the most important,
Snarky and Jacob, yeah.
Yeah, so Snarky, Jacob, Robert Glasper, I would say, yeah, Jacob Collier too. These are like the main foundation of what made me, like, Jacob inspired me to, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but Jacob has this like, there's this magic to his music that is like, I try to like, it's hard to put a finger on it, but it just has such a depth that I really like. Yeah, it's yeah, I would say he's my top influence in the guitar world. So
Gets you. Yeah, but I guess you used to be a guitar player in the first place. Later, you kind of switched to, I guess, being computer-based kind of approach to composition. And yeah, how was the switch and why? Like, you just didn't like guitar anymore, or you just found like there's so much more I can do on the computer that I can't play, so let's choose that?
Yeah, kind of, because when I started playing guitar and I was young, I wanted to be the best guitarist in the world, of course. But at some point I found out that what I find most joy in is actually composing and making music. Like, that's what gets me off, if I can say that. And yeah, I think that was around the age of 20. That the same time I started with this new style of music. It just slowly transitioned, because I also have this weird shit with my fingers. I don't know if it's genetically, but I have like, and you have seen it, like my hands shake a bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, it can go it just was a huge like demotivation for me to go hard at guitar, because I felt like I had a disability with the shaking and not fully control of my hands. I don't know if that is the actual case, or I just use that as excuse, yeah. But yeah, so the short answer is I found out that composing is my favorite thing.
It's cooler, yeah.
Yeah.
And you kind of, because from how I know you for like, what is it, 10 years, and I never seen you like sit with the guitar for the last 10 years, right? But still, I would think that the music is pretty, I mean, it's a little bit guitar oriented, some of the songs, and it's like difficult. And so I guess you come up with the parts in your mind, not especially jamming, right?
Yeah, that's 100% true.
Most of them, like
Yeah.
probably all of them.
Yeah, so for me, the guitar is just a way for me to put the melody down, like, because I don't sing that much, so the guitar is like the perfect instrument to express melodies with. So yeah, the guitar just became a tool for me in the composition rather than a thing I wanted to be the best possible at.
Get you. Because also, I guess I would think that like being good at guitar requires a lot of time, and if you wanna and composition, you can kind of have a crazy idea just now, not being the best at anything, but just the idea is there, and I think that's the guy you are, dude. Then yeah, you want to say something?
Yeah, no, yeah, because when you use the guitar like as a composition tool, it's like you don't have to like practice and learn a whole song before you record it. I can just record an idea quick and I build upon it, like a few notes here and there, and connect it together. Sometimes that will get you in trouble when you're gonna actually play it live, as we experienced. But yeah, I have this YOLO approach to guitar when I record stuff. I think like there's no tomorrow. I'm just gonna make this, and if it's playable, good. If it's not, then I'm in trouble someday. But that's okay, because tomorrow is another day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you ever felt like, you know, you're some people would have called you a cheater, that like you write music you cannot play, you know? You always have not given a fuck about that, or it came with time?
Yeah, I think most people have had the impression that I can play everything. It might like come across as I can actually do all these things, especially in the videos. But for those songs, when we are actually making a music video and doing, like, me and you shoot a video, in those cases I actually like practice for a long time just to actually learn it, because I don't want it to look like I'm struggling or anything. And yeah, so the main songs I try to make as playable as possible. So, but yeah, I have been accused of cheating, I guess, because it's all I don't think that's a thing anymore, but you know, back in the days, like, we were playing a music video on a like outdoor place, and people are like, "Oh, his guitar is not even plugged in." It's like,
fucking
why
video.
why would we plug the guitar on the mountain? It's like, yeah, it's just for a music video.
Yeah, or you know, there was the time. I also think it passed a little bit of like, let's come clear with like you can play it or not, and that was like, and people would say like they would change the opinion of if is your music cool or not, depending on if you can play it or not. But what the fuck, like, you don't have to play whatever you compose. I think it's just if you have the idea, that's what matters. You never put yourself as a shredder guy to teach guitar to people.
Yeah. Like, if you're gonna teach people, then you should. If you're trying to sell yourself as a
guitar
guy that teaches, you shouldn't fake your stuff. But I guess the whole like fake guitar area is kind of over now.
But have you ever felt like, you know, bad because of it, or you never cared?
I have felt bad when there has been opportunities to play live, and I've been like very like insecure about it. Because I thought like some of the songs, there's no chance I'm gonna be able to play this live. So yeah, and whenever people have said like, "Oh, can you play that song?" I'm like, not now.
Yeah.
So yeah, but again, like, it hasn't been my main goal to be a guitarist. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
When was the last time you practiced guitar voluntarily?
That was before
the tour.
Yeah, before Japan last year was
Yeah.
the last time I practiced.
And before, let's say we don't speak about the tour or music videos. You just practice for the sake of it.
Probably when I was 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the moment that, like, okay, because you, from wanting to be the best guitar player in the world and shredding and putting the time into it, and later, fuck it, I never practice again. What happened?
No, I think it was just as I said, like the composing took over, and I think I saw so many crazy guitarists that was my age, like Jacob included, and Jack and all those guys, and it was like, they can take care of the shredding,
guitar
and
shit.
I can chill. Yeah.
Yeah. And have you found that, like, okay, maybe I can't be the best guitar player. This is why I'm giving up guitar. But for some reason, you thought like maybe I can be a sick composer and a producer. Okay, and you feel as such.
Yeah,
You feel good about
exactly.
it.
I have this thing like, especially because for me it's way more fun and easy to work with others people's music.
Yeah.
Let's say when someone sends me, let's say when Jack sends me something, it's a whole different approach to the music. Because when it's my own shit that I compose, it's like it's very like sensitive stuff, but when Jack sends me something, it's like, this is Jack stuff, it sounds cool. I have this like third person view of it. It's easier to attack someone else's stuff than my own stuff, kind of.
But is it because, let's say, because I can see it both ways, is it because the beginnings of a song are so difficult, like there's so many options,
Yeah.
that if someone gives you something, you're like, okay, this is the beginning, I can take it from there? Or there's a third person look to, like, you don't have to close the song yourself and see it, okay, this is done, but someone else says like, this is okay? Which one was it, or is both?
Yeah, I think it's the one you said, the like, you get the idea, this is what it is, and you just take it from there.
So would you say that the now, like to begin a song would be the most difficult part? Later you can
Starting a song is always like the craziest shit, and I experience the older I get, it's harder to start a song because I feel like
everything was done, or like the expectations, or
it's kind of like I feel, it's might sound stupid, but I feel like I've heard everything. That's not true, but
gotcha.
when I was 22, I hadn't heard shit. So that's why the whole like jazz world that I didn't know, I kind of explored it on my own. And I mean, I made so many songs now that I feel like I burnt up the fuel for that kind of shit, and now it's tricky to get inspired by an idea at this time of my shit. Like the threshold is super like low, or is it high or low? Like
your threshold is high. Like the expectations are
yeah, for me to go on with an idea these days.
Yeah, but you're talking now like kind of these days, but also you had some time in between the albums, which and what was this? It was the same feeling back then that is now, and you think you'll overcome this and like eventually write an album, or before, in between albums, it was a different feeling.
Yeah, it was. No, sorry, I didn't understand that.
Okay, because now you say like the expectations are so high, so it's difficult to start a song.
Yeah.
But also you certainly had pretty long periods in between albums, let's say.
Yeah.
And like, why didn't you write albums sooner? Or like, what happened that eventually you thought, I'm gonna write an album now, and you think maybe now you're also gonna go to the point like, fuck the threshold, I'm gonna write music?
Yeah, that's a interesting question.
Yeah.
No, but if I understand the question correct, it's like back in the days, I always like, even when we released an album, I already had songs for the next one, so it was always like writing shit, and I always had songs in the like pipeline. Yeah. But now I don't. I have a lot of things from that area that I'm like, maybe I want to continue, but again, I want to like make new shit these days, and yeah,
because I remember even dude like 4 or 5 years ago, what you said was always that I want to produce for people,
Yeah.
or like for pop music or this music, and be in the shade of not being on the Owane forefront of like, yeah, this is me, and it's all about me. And I maybe, yeah, with Jack, you think like this is the perfect spot, or it's
Yeah, it's nice because I'm kind of more like a behind the scenes guy now,
yeah.
which was kind of my goal. Yeah, so with Jack, that's really chill. But it ended up being like more than just being his producer, because
Gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah, we had some times together,
yeah,
and maybe still touching up of the, because you said, yeah, beginning of the song is difficult, or you started to think of guitar. What was the last process, let's say, of not Jack's idea, but your idea purely from the beginning? What's the writing process, or how would you see now a song could evolve? How would you start?
if I'm gonna start a song now,
Yeah.
yeah, a song can start with just like 4 chords and a good melody or anything. It can start with just a very interesting groove, just something that's kind of uh, something to build around. But uh, yeah, I'm like very out of shape with writing these days. So
But you still write with Jack, and you recorded a few EPs, right? And
yeah, but he's like for the Jack and Wayne stuff, he always have the first idea for a song.
okay.
Like he maybe sends a minute of music, and that just starts my engine for a song. Then like, okay, he has the main idea, I can build off from that. That's easy to me, but actually starting the idea is really tricky. So I think, yeah, for 90% of Jack and Wayne stuff, he writes a minute, then I write a minute, then he writes a minute, and we have a song.
Okay, but you still then, okay, he sends you something, and you still then feel the spark of like, yeah, of like, I can't go to sleep, I write music because it's
Yeah,
fucking cool. Okay,
yeah. I can get really intrigued
into it.
of others' ideas.
Okay, what really intrigues you in that?
Uh, it can be like just hearing like something that is like, oh shit, I know exactly where to go
Okay.
here, and I want to like make that thing come true as soon as possible. Yeah,
Yeah, do you feel like I can't put it out now because I have so many ideas I have to?
yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You still have it.
yeah. I think that
Yeah.
actually happened only a week ago. He sent like a minute of music for his original stuff, and I was like, wow, this is so cool, because he had like used this like it was very inspired by like the way Toto sounded in the 80s.
Yeah.
And that was a whole like world that I hadn't tried to explore myself, so trying to produce in that style was like really fun.
Hmm. Okay, because when we are into producing now, we kind of, touched up on the composing part, but
Mm.
now the producing, like, do you still like, yeah, you look for tutorials and this and that on producing, or you feel you know your shit enough to come up with stuff, or you still get or you like follow producers and shit? And
Yeah, this is the thing I should be better at. I
yeah.
should look at other people and what they do, but I'm like always very lazy, and
Mm.
I just want to find out how to do things on my own. And my production shit isn't super complicated. I don't do any crazy chains of plugins and stuff. It's mostly just EQ, basic stuff, EQ, volume, and finding the right sounds. Like,
Mm.
because I believe if you find the right sounds, you don't have to mix that much,
Get you.
because they just fit nicely together. So I'm very primitive with the production. Yeah.
And you say it's driven by laziness.
Yeah, like I could have gone on YouTube and figured out how to get like this snare to sound a crazy way, but it's usually so many things you have to do. You have to make some parallel compression, and
Yeah.
it's just gonna mess up my mind. So yeah, I just like to keep things as simple as possible. and I'm not like a pro mixer or anything, but I have like, if I can get close to how I want it to sound, I think that's better than if I send it off and it's technically better, but it sounds completely different. So
Yeah.
kind of that shit.
Are you a little bit of a control freak, would you say, or?
Yeah, I like to have control of what I do. You probably know this. So
Yeah, I mean, I've more heard even stories from Jack that like, yeah, if you send mixes to someone else,
yeah.
you probably will be not happy.
Uh,
Because not that it's bad, but like
Yeah.
you just like to have the shit your own way.
Yeah, if I'm doing the production, I like to be like kind of in charge. Because it has happened so many times, like you send it off to someone and it's completely different. And yeah, I just like to have everything on my computer and full control, kind of.
Got you. Okay, we're gonna move on. Still being in the making songs and shit, because we've worked on 2 albums, 3 albums, but one was unreleased in the
Really?
most part.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
okay,
Waves shit and whatever. And yeah, because you have this unique. Because okay, maybe I'm gonna start from the backside story. Because even when we released Greatest Hits, like the intro, and I think possibly only the intro. Because yeah, we recorded drums in like, let's say, 100 BPM tempos. Like, just Owen told me like, dude, just jam the shit out of this tempo, and I did it probably for like 15 minutes. And later, when we released the album, it was actually the first time I've ever heard the intro,
Yeah.
which is my drums, but it's chopped in a way that I would have never known it's my drums, or I've never came up with the ideas.
Yeah.
Which which is accredited to you. Is it something you still do, of like, let's see if I do this 3 times and cut this shit, like experiment, like you do puzzles, or?
Yeah, I mean those puzzles were like perfect to do with you on drums,
Yeah.
because I know like we usually recorded some like cool beats you had just for the sake of having them, and then later I just had a look at them and composed around them, which was a really cool thing, because I don't have that many options. I have this groove, I have to work around whatever
Got
you
you.
did, and yeah, I haven't done that much since then. It was
Because
like
you don't have the puzzles anymore.
no, I don't have the
No.
puzzles. Like you are the puzzle,
Yeah.
and yeah, so
Yeah,
I miss that with
yeah.
recording real drums.
Because it seems there's a common theme of like option paralysis
Mm.
if it comes to doing shit. But if you have, as you say, limited options with the drums, or limited options because Jack gave me that,
Yeah,
now I can play.
yeah, exactly.
Shit.
That's a yeah, very well said.
Yeah, because I think it's pretty, yeah. If you have too much options, it's like, what the fuck do I do? Yeah.
Mm.
And yeah, Groove of Satan was also one of that like,
Yeah, true. So first album it was the intro and the outro, and on Greatest Hits it was no, I mean yeah, whatever, it was Groove of Satan, because you
I had
showed me
the groove, the first one, yeah.
yeah, I think you sent that beat to me a long time ago.
Yeah.
Before we started recording, and I didn't know what to do, but we recorded it. Like you did a few variations of the groove, and when I took your drum recordings home here, it just clicked to me like, this is what can happen here. So, and it was another song, I think Indian Explosion Bowling. You didn't know what that was.
So you never know what's gonna come up with you.
No.
If Owen gets your raw tracks of drums,
Yeah.
you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but I miss that. That's like, if someone would ask me like a real cool way to make songs, it's to have a drummer do some crazy shit and work around that. For sure, yeah.
Because also, which one is the song? Was it K, the 2116th, or no, was Gym Membership?
Gym Membership is 21. Yeah, that also started
with a drum beat.
Yeah, you sent me the groove in advance, so I kind of I programmed that groove and built a song around it, and that became the song because of the groove that you sent.
Yeah. Sick, dude. And have you ever even tried to start your shit from the beginning, or you don't even try these days because you don't feel like it, or you tried and it failed? How's the story?
Yeah, just these days it's hard for me to start something. Yeah, I don't know when that happened. I think when I was after whatever, I felt like I was really happy with that album, and it was hard to like top it
Yeah.
in some way. And I also had this curse of like, yeah, I want to make pop music now. So I spent so much time trying to make pop music, like 2 years, and it really didn't work out that much. So
But you did it with Faster, right? A little bit.
yeah, but that was like very recent,
Hmm.
kind of. So yeah, it was when Jack sent me, like when me and Jack started working on the Jack and Owane stuff, that my writing powers came back in a way. So we had Yeah Whatever. I tried to make pop for a few years, and then Jack and Owane started again. So
Yeah.
it was a bit of not much happening. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, because before you said about a little bit of the that your fingers didn't feel right when you play guitar and stuff, and that maybe it was withholding you from actually doing like a guitar driven or whatever shit. And later comes the tour, and yeah.
Oh my god.
How did you feel getting back to guitar and having to play all this shit? And
Dude, that was actually the scariest moment of my
Yeah.
life. Like when we decided to say yes to Pliny's offer.
Probably you regretted it the time you said yes.
Yeah. No, it was yeah, I think that was when sorry, my throat is like fucked.
Mm.
I'm not used to speaking so much, you know.
Yeah, it's enough for a week.
Yeah. No, so Pliny had asked me a few times before if I wanted to go on a tour, like even like 5 years ago, but it was never the time for me. I was really like nervous about playing guitar. I would be nervous even just to play for my family or something, because I wasn't used to that shit. So I always said no, because I was just like, I just want to sit home and make music. I want to focus my time on the composition. And so I said no 2 times. And then when we released the Action Boys, Pliny sent Jack a message and said like, "Hey, do you guys want to do the tour?" And I think my first reaction was like, "No, I'm not gonna do that." But then I again was like, it would be kind of sad to grow old and think back, um, like what if I actually did it? Like
Yeah.
I don't want to have anything I regret in my life. So I think, yeah. And when we did the like meeting, we called you and had a Skype meeting to like just a vibe check if it was possible, and you guys were like super keen on doing it. And then it was actually 2 against 1. So I
Yeah.
didn't have an option in the end. But man, those days were scary.
Mm.
Super scary. Yeah, that was my biggest fear.
But
In
it was
life.
because of performing
Yeah.
with the audience or playing guitar specifically.
Yeah, I guess it was performing for an audience, guitar. Like I had built this like internet persona that can play really good in videos and stuff, and I didn't want to go on the road and let everyone down.
Mm.
It was kind of this fear. So yeah, when the tour was announced, like actually announced, I was like, I had kind of a like breakdown in my shower, like, oh my god, there's no way back now. I don't want to be the guy that cancels a tour after it's announced. So
Look, but
yeah.
you've mentioned regrets.
Yeah.
Now looking back at it, do you regret saying yes, or
Uh,
you think like, fuck, I don't regret a thing in my life.
no, I don't regret doing the tour.
No.
Actually, I kind of miss some aspects of it
No.
time from time, but it was an exhausting experience, and I'm glad I did it. But I don't know if I would do something like that again, because it's just too crazy. And I think you felt the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
33 gigs in 30 days.
No.
That's intense.
I think the opposite.
Yeah.
30.
Yeah.
We didn't play twice. Yeah, maybe if you were the wedding band. Yeah, but okay, so it's kind of but I think it all came up with like because we recorded the clips, Action Boys and Glitter, and we were vibing, and we kind of had the crew already because before it was just me and you.
Yeah.
which was like too small to pull off anything. But then it's like Jack,
Mm.
and we just missed one guy, so it was like, it's not that difficult. And Jacob is going.
Yeah,
So
it
there's
was
a lot of circumstances that kind of
like if it was gonna happen, this was the time because we
Yeah.
had the right crew and shit.
everything was lining up.
And I have to say, like, the fact that Jack was with us, it took a lot of weight off my shoulders because now I
The
didn't
guitar
have to
flashing
be.
is
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
have to be the main focus. Like, Jack does
Mm.
the hard shit, I do the chill shit, and yeah. So shout out to Jack for being there and
Yeah.
playing the worst parts.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a regret, but like how close were you to running away from the tour?
No, I don't know. Like after we had some practice sessions in Poland, it kind of got it grew on me a little bit, and I noticed like you guys were having fun playing the stuff, and I thought like, yeah, this will probably be okay actually. And if I fuck up, these 3 other guys will do good.
Rescue the
Yeah.
shit, yeah.
So I felt kind of confident from that. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, but how far you were running from? How far from running were you? And what was the lowest point? Do you remember like a specific gig?
Yeah,
or?
the lowest point was the gig in was it Prague?
Mm,
I remember. I think it was the
the
lowest.
sound check with people kind of gig.
Yeah, it was the one we had to carry all the gear through a bar with a lot of drunk people, and downstairs there were no elevator, and the show, like all the people were, the audience had come in. I think the venue was full at the
Yeah.
time our sound check started.
So we couldn't even walk out of the stage.
No, we had to do
Mm.
sound check, and then just everyone was watching the sound check, and then okay, now we play, and that was not the best. And also, I had a mild food poisoning the same day too, and it was one of those drop and go days that are like pretty intense. No, that day was just definitely the lowest point.
Like a little bit too crazy.
For you too?
For me, not maybe. I don't think that was the lowest point. I don't know if I had the lowest point.
Mm.
I mean, I think what I had was that at certain, maybe like 6th, 8th gig, I felt my drumming skills are decreasing because of not sleeping really, the whole hygiene of life and this. And I was just scared if this dropped like 20% since gig 1, what is it going to be in 2 weeks? I was like, am I going to maintain
Yeah.
the skills that are required to play this fucked up music till the end of the tour? So that was like the shit. Maybe we should change something. So we even did like the minor changes with Joseph of like not running or whatever, because like, okay, we're here. The main goal is playing the gig, so let's focus on whatever's benefiting the show. This is what we do. If you want to run for fun, but it's kills your performance, don't do it. Because like, it's not. Maybe it's not the perfect time to keep your life balance.
Yeah.
You just have to focus on being able to play that night, and this is all that matters. So I think that was a scary point of like, will I last till the, even maybe because drumming is such a physical instrument or whatever. That was a scary point. Yeah, I don't think Jack had the scary point, but yeah.
No,
And-
so
yeah.
sorry. Yeah, so for you it just went down from start, or
No, it was like stable, down for a while, and later, let's say we had a great gig, like possibly maybe Lisbon, which we didn't expect from the beginning, and later we came and like we smashed and like fuck yeah,
yeah.
because it's like proving yourself that you can actually do a pretty good fucking performance in terms of like your skills. So it's like, okay, so maybe it's not going down, maybe I was just, and then I gained the confidence again, and it's like chill.
Yeah.
But it was more about performing than about like the circumstances or like the discomfort of not every venue or gig going perfectly in terms of organization and shit. Yeah, it was more about the performing stuff. And and the highest point.
Dude, for me the highest point was the first and the last gig.
Holy shit.
I think actually when I think back of it, the first gig was the one I felt best. I don't know why, because I think it was
Tilburg?
just
Tilburg, right? I think.
Yeah,
Netherlands.
Netherlands,
Yeah,
Tilburg.
yeah, I think so.
Was it a Niem?
Oh,
It was the best venue too, I
okay.
think.
Yeah, I remember which one. Yeah, that was with the bus turning around in the
Yeah.
in the backstage. Yeah.
I think it was just I had like overwhelming overload on the first gig because it was such a new experience for me that it just like my whole rational brain just shut off and it made it just super good. And then I think I felt the first gig went so good that the next gig I was like, oh, this should
Okay.
be good. But then I was actually more nervous, and then I just got more nervous for every gig, which was weird. And it's the curve was kind of like, yeah, started chill, got worse and worse, and then it dropped a bit. And towards the shows in Paris and London, I think London was the scariest because it was the most people, and I experienced the more people, the more scary. I thought it would be like, yeah, there's no difference between 200 and 1,000 people in the end, but for me it was
Okay.
like every person in the crowd mattered for me. Yeah.
But is it because you had this amount of people in your mind, or like this shit is scary, or you actually go on stage and like see around like fuck, so many of them?
Yeah, it's when you see them kind of.
Okay.
I don't
Then
know.
it shook you.
I think that, yeah. What was it in Bilbao, the smallest one?
Yeah.
That was the chillest one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I get
Did you feel
yeah.
like this?
Yeah, I know what you think. It's like, yeah, if let's say, but on the other hand, Bilbao was the chillest also because it was, let's say, the most like savage gig in a way, like no really place for us to even stay
Yeah.
and super small venue and like the sound check, you know, and this and that. But also for me, let's say Prague was then this way because I felt we're not really sound check. We're not really warmed up. The public, because like, so it ain't gonna be the best performance, so let's
Yeah.
just have fun. So for me, if like the unpreparedness came, it was like, then it's a chill gig.
Yeah.
Because like if we fucked up, the organizers as well, so it's like chill. You know?
Yeah, that's true. You can put the blame on someone else, kind of, if it gets
Yeah,
fucked.
or if like something before your gig goes wrong, then why would your gig went well? You know, go well? It's like, oh, we'll see. Yeah. Okay, and why the last?
Because that was the last gig, and all my friends from Norway
Okay, that's
came,
true.
and it was just like a huge celebration. And yeah, I was ready to end it on a high note, and yeah, it was
And you
really
did.
nice.
And you
Yeah,
did. Crowd surfing and shit.
that was amazing, like surfing on people for the first time. Yeah.
Yes, so it wasn't so much about your guitar performance. It was more about people around you.
Yeah, I guess. I think I probably have some stage fright in general. Like if I was gonna have the speech, that would also be tricky. But yeah, dude, should we just check that the computer is still running?
Yeah, let's see it. Yeah, I'll see that.
Yeah, it's fine, and we're at like 30% on the computer. And we have gone for 46 minutes?
40-ish. Yeah, 43 here, so probably like 41.
Shit, I don't know what's going on with my throat. So it gets like super dry.
Maybe sauna this. I mean, even the wind.
The wind blowing
Drying
comes.
it out. Yeah.
No, but so far so good.
Yeah. Because you haven't cut the off, right? You haven't. I also won't cut this. So if I align it once, it's gonna work. Enjoying yourself? So far, so good.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Yeah, it's just chill talks. Yeah. A little warm now. Where have we ended up? The last gig.
Yeah, the last gig.
Okay, I'm ready to roll. If anything. Yeah, but okay. So coming back to the last gig finishes.
Yeah.
What do you feel? Like fuck yeah, I go home, I chill, or
yeah,
I'm gonna miss my boys, or
I felt like okay, I needed 2 years of vacation now because this was just too crazy. And after the tour, I was gonna see you guys again after 2 months because we were playing Radar.
Yeah.
So
That was covered.
yeah, no, it was yeah. I took a really hard vacation after that. And you?
Yeah, I don't know. No, I remember when I came home, it was such a accomplishment. I sat on my balcony, just like seeing the streets, and like I'm back after kind of 2 months of life not being normal. And it's just fuck. It's so cool to have done that. And I
Yeah.
miss the shit, but I think, yeah, I think it was, yeah, like a very rewarding feeling of. I can't imagine what we just have done.
Yeah. Yeah, it was because
Pretty crazy.
again, it was my biggest fear in life to do it.
Yeah.
So coming home knowing it was done, and that was like a really nice feeling that lasted for a long time.
Yeah. And I don't think with any other crew we could have pulled that off.
No, it was an amazing crew.
Yeah, because we didn't even have one fight ever between us.
Yeah, no, we were
So chill.
very chill guys.
Yeah. It's kind of weird doing it for the first time, and yeah, weird. Maybe because we're not, bandmates for like knowing each other for like 8 years, very close and shit. So there was no roles before, so it was very respectful towards anyone's. I want to do this, I want to do that. It was like chill, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking go, yeah. And yeah, so later we played Raider, later we played Japan, and
now we don't play anything.
yeah. Is there any gig plans that would have convinced you now to actually play a show?
Yeah, I would be down to play something now, especially if it's a place we haven't been before.
Yeah.
Because we did Europe, and I feel like we have done that, so maybe something different. I think the US could be cool. I think South America could be cool.
Asia,
again. I'd love to play some exotic places.
Yeah, but it's funny because you don't see it at all from a perspective of growing a band or whatever. It's like, oh, it'd be cool to play in that place for the sake of having that memory, right? Yeah. And it's purely that.
Yeah, we're not trying to grow like crazy as a band. We're just trying to have fun and experience some cool shit together. So yeah, I guess it's a different approach than other guys.
Yeah. Oh, someone's coming there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So so you don't regret that. And how was Japan for you?
Dude, Japan was sick. That was also pretty scary actually. Because that was the most well-organized gig we ever played. Like everything was on point, and there was no mistakes by the organizers or shit. And everyone was so professional that when we hit the stage, I felt like
now it's your part.
Yeah, no one has fucked up. It's only us that can fuck up now. So that made it scary.
Okay.
And how did you feel about?
Dude, it was.
Compared to the Europe shows.
No, but I've never kind of felt stressed before making the show. So I don't know. It was the Japan. It was like, no, my approach was like, let's enjoy the fuck out of it, because you don't ever know if it's anything like that's gonna happen. So you can either stress about this splash not being in time or this whatever, or you can just enjoy yourself. And I think this is something maybe we should mention, that we really had a shitload of fun on stage. We really didn't care, because we think that, I think it's a common knowledge that in prog music, everyone requires of you to play well your parts, and it's pretty stressful because like you feel this feeling of like, okay, you made those difficult parts, now show you can play, right? But I don't think any of us ever cared about any mistakes. And if there was any reaction to a mistake, which we did a shitload of, it was just like, ha ha ha, it's you this time.
Yeah.
Which was extremely relaxing. And I think we're the only prog rock band who do not care about execution.
Yeah.
And what I want to get with this one, that we also had a shitload of fun with, I think we heard a lot from our fans of like, wow, it was so enjoyable to see your gig, because there was so much interactions and so much fun and so much looking into each other.
Yeah.
that that I think we gave ourselves the atmosphere of like no stress, just chill.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it was just like, let the fuck enjoy this, because
Yeah, we created a safe environment for
Yeah.
ourselves, which
it was
was
like mistakes are okay.
yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
if the audience sees that someone fucks up and the other guys are just laughing, then it's like it's
Yeah.
chill vibes, I think.
But did you feel ever like on the gig that like, oh, I fucked up, like, oh shit, I let the boys down, or it's just like, I don't care?
I mean, you heard the mistakes, and
Yeah. Who did you have in your in-ears?
I tried to like only have click. I
Yeah.
think because everything was so loud,
Yeah.
I didn't need to hear what Jack was doing.
So you just hit the click.
Yeah, the click, and
This is
I prefer the like wedge on the stage.
Yeah.
Because the in-ear is just like weird for me. Because it sounds so dry.
Yeah.
So I wasn't comfortable with it, but it worked. No, but yeah, the mistakes and stuff. I felt like sometimes if I started the show with a mistake, it could only go up from there, kind of.
Okay.
But if I played like super good, it was like, okay, when is the mistake gonna happen, kind of. So yeah, no, it's
It's funny how much mind games there is involved.
yeah,
Of like the venue fucked up. Okay, it's gonna be that gig. The
Mm.
people are here, so like not really much about it. It's about your physical performance.
Yeah.
Most of the mind game is like with the shit around it.
yeah.
Hmm.
And 2 beers takes away some of the.
Yeah, I was about to ask you what was the perfect beer to not beer ratio you
Yeah,
found out.
I experimented with this a lot. So for me, no beers is a no-go. One beer, it's enough. 2 beers is perfect, and 3 is too much.
Okay.
So
What was the max?
the max I tried on the whole tour was 3,
3. Okay.
and that didn't work.
Hmm.
But 2 was the perfect, and they had to be. I also experimented with the timing before the show.
Hmm.
So I did the 1 hour before, then 30 minutes before, and then gig was perfect.
Hmm.
And did you experiment with this?
No, really, maybe one. But I feel like with drumming, it's never goes well, because
Yeah.
I lose like the, let's say, the controlling fingers, and then I have to play savage mode,
Yeah.
which in this music is not really. In metal music, maybe okay, but no. But I experimented with a lot of beer intakes after the show, but before the show, because also we played at the first act, so it was
very good.
easy to wait for your beer time.
Yeah.
Because we were in the stars of the evening.
Yeah, I think that being the first band is genius because you do
Right.
the last sound check and the first gig. So everything is like close
Yeah.
to each other's.
Yeah, because even deliver the gear to the venue, and later you can chill for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
Later it's like 2 hours of do time, and later chill again. Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's pretty perfect. Dude, should we do now the first round of the rapid questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, do I have your phone? I think I do.
Yeah.
Let me try if I remember the shit. Fuck, I do. Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna say the name, and it's probably gonna be rapid questions. So yeah, whatever you feel like answering first, go.
Okay, it's like super speed, yeah?
A little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Do you add the lease? Do you feel like the Pliny tour helped with the nurse on stage?
Absolutely, yeah. 100%.
Are you working on a new album, Camilas?
Yes.
Okay. Is it solo? This is my question.
Yeah, it's solo and maybe some Jack and Owane in the future.
Okay, but you're working now on your solo shit.
I mean, I'm always working on something, whether that is just one song I have on my hard drive. So technically, I'm working on something now.
Okay. Phil Drew, I want to upload a demo. You have inspired me. Have you started some advice? Okay, I think he wants to upload a demo, and you inspire him. And what's your advice for uploading a demo, like starting a demo?
Just upload stuff. Don't be afraid.
Who says that?
No, I think this is actually it can be a deep question because a lot of people get stuck with one idea and like are perfectionating, let's say, an EP over 2 years, spending too much time making it perfect when in reality you could have spent a lot of time making the next music. So I would say if you're just starting out, just get songs out quickly. YouTube, Spotify, yeah, just keep going until someone eventually discovers it.
Yeah, yeah. Because I just gonna touch up on this because I think like I also see it's a very very important to go through the whole process of releasement, right? Like demo, decide which riffs, close the mix, be okay with it not being perfect, release it, get the feedback, start the live again, and instead of like 4 years sitting on a demo that you never release,
For
because
sure.
you ain't gonna.
Dude, can I just put on my pants?
Yeah, dude. So I think now we can. I'm gonna change the battery.
Here.
Okay, Clem, why do you look so unbothered on stage? The beers?
The
Maybe he
beers
went on
for me.
the free beer gig.
He went on the 3 beer. For sure. No, I guess it's just I learned that if everything goes to shit, I'm not gonna die. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
And the older I get, the more chill I get, kind of.
Get you.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite note?
C.
Okay. Why are you running, Ollie Steele?
Well, I do a lot of sports in my life, so running is a really good exercise that I think is
From problems, from people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still running, huh?
Yeah.
Would you release some music again with Jack? I think the answer is yes.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Is a fox a cat, a dog? What is it?
A fox is technically a dog, even though it looks like a cat.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Are you stronger than jig drums? Pavel.
For sure, yeah.
Character strong. Strings you use. How did you learn music theory?
I always fuck. I always just pick the cheapest ones from the shelves. So whatever.
Do you have strings on shelves in Norway? Like where you live? Be honest.
No, I pick the cheapest ones online, but I buy strings like every 10 years.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. What did you grow up listening to?
It's a good question. I think the first it was probably like I played Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and it was like AC/DC, TNT. From there, it probably went to The Darkness. Then I had a huge like Dream Theater period, like yeah.
Okay, a little disperse.
Yeah. I didn't grow up then. I was already grown, so yeah.
How to best market music in your genre to grow a fan base?
I don't know. Like these days, it's a whole different game than it was when we started. Because I think what we did that captured people's attention was that we did the outdoor playing, the music videos. I don't know how to grab people's attention these days with the short attention span and YouTube just being cluttered with crazy shit. So yeah, I think just throw the music out there and hope for the best.
Yeah, we don't have as much control of it as we would like to.
Yeah.
What did you take your vitamins today?
Yeah, I've been drinking them for the whole day, so yeah, you should.
I hope they're gonna save your throat. Who are your biggest inspirations when developing your sound as a player and as a composer?
Yeah, I would say Robert Glasper, Jacob Sutetsky, Snarky Puppy. There's probably more I forgot, but
okay.
Yeah.
Do you like potato?
I love potato.
Which one?
Just the normal one that grows here.
The cheapest one on the shelf. Fries, chips, ketchup, mayo, vinegar, or something else?
Ketchup and sriracha.
Okay, that's the Tabasco?
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite day of the week?
Thursday.
Why?
It's just like the best day because it's it's Friday tomorrow and yeah.
How is the Thursday differ from your Friday?
Actually, there's no difference. But if I had to pick one, it's
Okay,
Thursday.
fair enough. How far is it between Honson and Skien?
152 kilometers.
That's we're gonna fact check.
Yeah.
We're gonna fact check. What's the best multivitamin juice?
It's actually this one, the Block and Gold.
It's still in the market.
Yeah,
Fucking hell, 10 years at least.
it's very good.
It's just here. How to start using more interesting grooves on a comp?
Have a live drummer like play with you, like we did.
Invent some weird shit and work around.
Yeah, have a creative drummer that can do some stuff, because if you are just programming grooves as a guitarist, it will get like cliches and stuff. But if you have a real drummer, some new things will happen. So
Okay. What do you hope to have done before you die?
the dishes, maybe.
I can't believe that, but if anyone's listening. Did anybody find the secret code on the YOLO EP cover?
Yeah, two guys from Germany did. I guess they are the ones that.
What's the secret code?
So when I released the YOLO EP, I put like in super small text in the artwork a secret code that they had to send on email. It was like impossible to find, but they found it and they got free T-shirts.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Where? Okay, I'm gonna answer. What is the most important skill for the guitarist that wants to play music like yours?
It's just to know enough guitar to get around and make your ideas in your head come out. You don't have to be like super good. You just need to know how to make the articulations you want to do. Yeah.
What is your name?
Owane.
Yeah, I think we came back to the fast ones. How long do you think we have the battery? That's a question for me.
The battery.
On the laptop.
Yeah, maybe 10 more minutes, but
10
my
minutes.
like freeze battery is
Yeah,
I'm starting to freeze.
this is also not working. Yeah. Okay, dude. So like closing up. Since I feel stressed because this is probably the first and the last time you've spoke so much, and probably you're gonna end up in hospital with your throat.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty crazy for me because I've never answered any questions, so this is a whole new experience.
Yeah, I appreciate the I feel like interviewing Trump or some other guy I admire.
Yeah.
Blink blink. Yeah, would you like to, if you have the voice now, still, what would you like to say to the even to the fan base that we have had for the 10 years, really releasing 2 Instagram posts a year and they're with you and
Yeah, for those that are still following my stuff, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Some guys has been there from the start and been big supporters.
Even the multivitamin crew.
Yeah. I just want to thank everyone for listening to this. And yeah, if you want to learn guitar and production or composing, check out musicpro.co.uk. We have a platform where we teach all we know. It's very cheap, and we have a Discord server where we can hang out. And
yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, because finally there's a way to actually be a little bit in contact, in touch with you, the Discord shit and whatever.
Yeah, like we stay active and answer most people's question, and it's a very like interactive community for people that want to learn whatever. So
yeah, dude. Okay, so before you die out of cold, we may have to wrap it up, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you again for the opportunity. I hope people will get something out of it, and hope to play. If you were to say now, if you ever play a show again, what would you say?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave it on that positive note.
On a very positive note.
Okay. Okay, we got this. Everything worked. Yeah. Everything worked.